I want to really just define what co-managed is. And then what I'd love to do is to kind of get your perspective on this.
Okay.
Right. And so, you know, in the world of IT, we all have businesses that we're trying to run, and we're all trying to ask that question of, gee, do we hire our own internal IT support? Do we outsource everything to a company? And you know, are there times where doing it one way is better than doing it another way? Or do we have what we call co-managed IT? And co-managed IT is a company that has someone like a Charlie on staff. And typically, the Charlie of the world, they are, technical to varying degrees. They are integral to the business, and the fact that they understand how the business makes money, they understand the culture, they understand the goals and objectives that the owner is giving to not only Charlie, but also to that leadership team. And typically, this person actually sits on the leadership team and really is helping to make sure that, as this company grows, as they are making that next step forward, that the people, the processes, the systems are going to be ready and available to them, and right?
Yes.
And so that's what we kind of call co-managed IT, right? And so
Yes.
the MIS side of this equation is we take care of everything that you would expect that internal IT takes care of, right? The backups, the firewall, the help desk, the troubleshooting, the 24/7 monitoring, the security, the specialty skill sets that you only need every once in a while,
Sure.
that kind of stuff, right?
100%. Yeah.
But it's really a true partnership, a collaboration.
It is,
Right?
and I'll be the first to admit I had no idea what it was all about when I first started. I just knew that I was hired to do a job, and I had to figure it out. And can be a very daunting situation, as it was for me. And I was familiar with the company that I was walking into. I was familiar with the owner of the company and the staff to some degree, but I had not day to day been in the middle of the operations, and so I couldn't have told you back then what co-managed IT was. To me, that would just been a word. I'm like, okay, what is that? But it is something that I realize now is an ideal way to run things for us. I can tell you that it has worked for us tremendously, and I couldn't do anything, hardly without MIS, because I would be so bogged down in day to day things that you deal with as an IT team that I wouldn't have time to do anything else.
Yeah.
So.
So I think that's a really great segue. And I'd really love to kind of hear your perspective. Like, in your word, in your world, how has co-managed IT really been able to help you in your role and in the business?
Well, I mean, it's made me more available. It's made me available. It's made to do other things. It's allowed me to focus on not just the things that we work on collaboratively, but
Mhm.
to focus on kind of the 10,000-foot view, as I call it, of the company and the direction we need to go in. So it is. I think that's benefited the company and benefited me. It's full circle. When I'm available to focus on, not just my monitors not
Mhm.
working or my computer's slow, it frees me up, as in my title and my job, to really focus on the things that it is expected of me, which is, are we headed the right direction? Are we doing these things? Or hey, let's implement something new. We need this, we need that. And that's just something that, frankly, we'd still be just surviving, is what I call it. We'd just be getting by, like just barely handling the day-to-day things that you have
Right.
to do,
Right.
instead of me being able to step out a little bit and go, okay, this is being handled. You know, now what let's come up with some new stuff. How do we move forward? How do we advance this? And so it's made all the difference to me and to the company, I think.